On today's review, we are talking about Rogue Monster Rush. Do you like Pokemon? Do you like tower defense? Do you like roguelites? Well, this game is all of those put together. You can select your party before entering into the rounds, where you can carry up to 6 different characters. You start out with 4 and you can unlock the other 2 slots by playing the game. There are quite a few to choose from, each with their own abilities and buffs. You can see all their stats here, you can see what they evolve into, and what else they'll do later on as you play. As you'll see, each one has their own leader skill. If you put them in the first slot of the party, that skill is active for all other party members. One of the first things you'll see when you load in is the boss tile, and your goal is to get to that tile at some point. The general gameplay loop is start the game, place your monsters on the field, select tiles that you're given randomly to expand your tiles outwards, and rinse and repeat until you either get to the boss tile or until you get to some of the treasure islands where you can find chests full of upgrades and maybe random monsters, or to eggs where you can hatch new monsters to add to your party. As the waves progress, you'll notice that monsters will spawn, they'll go towards the base. You're able to put up to 3 monsters on each tile. So 3 maximum per set, and as you lay out more and more, you'll be able to pop more monsters onto the field. As you expand using the random given tiles, they'll have different entryways that monsters will spawn in. Some only have 1, as you can see. Some will have 2 to 3 new entryways, which means more enemies will spawn in on that tile. In order to hatch the eggs on the map, you have to kill enemies within the radius of those eggs, and they can be anything from monsters you already have unlocked or brand new monsters you get to unlock. And when you inevitably die, like you'll see me do here, you're met with an XP screen where we'll get the roguelike elements going. So upon death, you'll be met with an XP screen giving you an overview of everything you did in that match, how many eggs you hatched, the difficulty multiplier, and things like that. You get upgrade points as you level up. Obviously, the higher level you are, the more XP you need to gain to level up. You get these stars, which you'll use to unlock upgrades for your base, for your monsters, passive skills, and party skills. So here on this screen, you'll see some of your base upgrades, things like extra health for your base, passive skills for gaining gold. You'll be able to unlock more party member slots. You'll be able to chop down certain tiles. Maybe you want to put a monster on a higher level base. That way you can break the rocks down. This game has a mechanic where the larger or taller that the base you put it on, they get bonus effects, whether it's extra critical damage, extra range. So there is some strategy into putting monsters at higher peaks, but some of those higher peaks are putting your certain characters out of range. You can spawn extra treasure islands. You can unlock different abilities to use. You're given 2 to start with, a fireball ability and a slow ability. I unlocked the blizzard ability later on. I don't know if it was a bug in the game, but it was incredibly louder than any other ability that I used. It was intense. You can also use those star points to upgrade your individual monsters, giving them more abilities and stronger attacks or passives. So you'll see here we're going to reach the boss tile. You can see where any of those arrows are, that's where enemies can spawn. So they're going to spawn on the boss tile, the Onslaught boss. He absolutely wrecked me here. He has some kind of ability where he shoots these missiles out. They can stun your monsters, making them unable to attack. Can we just take a moment and appreciate the level music design? Here you can see the sheer amount of enemies that can and will spawn as you progress your tiles and spread your base map out further and further. This was round 2 of getting to Onslaught. Thought I had a much better chance here. He still kicked my butt. Coming up here shortly, I will be using that Blizzard skill, so I'm sorry for headphone users. This is your warning to turn your phone down. It is very loud. I went ahead and adjusted the volume for the rest of the Blizzard ability uses. It's still pretty loud, but just turned it down a little bit for the rest of the video. Overall, I find the gameplay loop very fun. The population scale seems a little small to me. That could just be personal. I feel like you should be able to put more than 3 monsters on a tile, especially with having more and more entryways into your base. I would give it a 3 out of 5 on the great scale. I enjoy it. I just hope as it gets updated, some of those quality of life fixes are adjusted. But shout out to the devs for the key, and I appreciate it so much, and I will be playing this game some more on my own time. Thank you.